Hello and welcome back to a second episode of our Banished series. We are going to continue off from last time where we kind of started laying out this village center, getting some of the base survival things out of the way, and today we are expanding forthwith out to hopefully the next section of town that we're going to have here. So this, of course, is going to be kind of our jack of all trades town, right? Because we want to have everything stable, sound, so that we can then branch out into other things. All right. So what we have here is, let's go ahead and start building. I suppose we'll just do ×2 normal speed, and we'll just leave it like that so we can talk about what we're going to try and accomplish today. Number one, we're gonna try and start going out this way a little bit. I don't want a perfectly square town. In fact, that would be a little lame, am I right? So we're going to do a little bit of an asymmetry. So we're gonna have right here, and then we're gonna go off about a 45-degree angle, and we're gonna see if we can do this. Now, angles in Banished isn't usually the easiest thing to do. So we are going to just simply try our best at this. Especially with roads and stuff. So we're gonna go off and that sort of angle. We are then going to, I guess we're gonna have to run a road this way and then go off at an angle as well. And you can build angular roads. I know it's probably gonna bug people that it's more like pixel, kind of single pixel corner pieces side by side like this. However, that's perfectly fine. Your people will try and use it as if it's a normal straight road. So you don't necessarily have to worry about that too much, I don't think. Now, something we're going to run into is we're going to see if, yeah, it's not going to line up perfectly when it comes to the angle there. So we're going to have to shift this over, right? Because you want always, when you're doing angles or things, is to have them all line up rather smoothly. So we're gonna go 3 and then up to 8. So 1 and then like that. So we're gonna get a little bit of a hook here, just off this direction. I think that'll look nice. We can even, if we wanted to, kind of just bring that straight down, which would be good looking. And we might build a school over in this area, and some more dense kind of homes and things like that. We're gonna, let's see, do I want to bump the limit up of tools? I don't think so. I think we'll keep things as they are. Large storage barn. Okay, large barn expansion. So it's almost like there's a front side and a back side to make it twice as long and have twice as storage. Old barn. I like that. Look at that. That's a nice looking old rundown barn to have in some farmland and stuff, right? Warehouse. We already saw that. Distribution barn. It's okay. A cellar. Cellars make good little storage sheds, right? Because they can kind of tuck right up next to those buildings. Kind of have a cellar like right there, you know, if possible. Luckily, it sits, I think, a little bit more flush than it used to, so maybe that was worked on a bit. All right, let's go to civic buildings, maybe, right? Ooh, plantation well. A well would be handy in case things decide to catch on fire. Now we have those things kind of disabled, right? So we probably don't have to worry about a fire anytime soon. But you know, you just kind of never know a lot of the times. Village hall. Oh wow, look at that. That is really cool. That looks like it belongs almost in like Valkyria Chronicles. Town hall. Town arrival. Okay. Mini town hall, yeah, no, nothing special there. Immigration office. Let's see, meeting house, no. Small town hall. Just never really liked this building. It's not that good of a design, to be honest. Gazebo, nomadic well. maybe we don't need a town hall in this section, but we might need a church. We might need a little bit of a chapel, right? Maybe a seafarer shrine. That looks nice. That's a nice little shrine. So we'll go ahead and just place that now. You know, this is where the angular road really doesn't pay off. But what you can do is just keep your items kind of straight like this. And then fill in the rest with like fence work and other minor details and let it all play out. But I think I'll probably just cap that off there. A parish church. Nice. Very nice. Colonial chapel. Monasteries, abbeys, all the good stuff that we need for this first initial town. So I got some school buildings, right? A plantation school. That's okay. We can fit that into that corner pretty nice and snug due to how narrow it is, which is going to be pretty handy. And that's the thing you gotta do with this game. You gotta find what fits together and makes kind of the most believable sense of it all. So let's go back over here and see if there's a small little home. Yep, see, right here. It's gonna fit in there in that corner nicely, I think. So we're gonna expand that out. And let's go ahead and get some additional stockpiles set, right? So on the back side of our blacksmith, we're gonna go ahead and probably store some iron, right? Just a little 1x2 bit of iron there. That's perfectly reasonable, I think. And let's see, we have storage for wood over here. We don't really have any storage for stone, but we could probably get away with maybe a 2x2 there. Which basically means we can go ahead and just get rid of, let's see, of this stockpile there. In the meantime, we'll just speed up time to ×5, so things kind of progress a little bit quicker, of course, as we go through and move this iron to its new location. Now we're completely out of stone though, and I think the buildings that we just laid down is going to take some, but luckily we have a decent amount in the forest nearby still. So we'll go ahead and mark that for gathering. Now we only have one laborer, so things are going to be progressing a little slower, but hopefully with ×10 speed we can get some more residents in here. And you know, with the increased, wow, you can upgrade the log cabins. Can you upgrade the plantation homes? Doesn't look like it. Anything else can be upgraded maybe? No? We might have to upgrade the log cabins. So those will look nice once they're a little bit bigger. And yeah, it's a nice, small, quaint little village. Now, we do have some seeds, apparently. And we could go into farming earlier. That could be useful, but I'm not quite sure how I'd feel about that. Let's harvest some of these trees, get this kind of cleared out, right? So we can kind of see what we're doing back here. Even some of this stone. That's okay. Our food's still going on the rise, which is exactly what we want to see here. We need some buildings along this little back street, I think. And as we increase the density, it's just gonna all come together, I think. What's this? A wild shepherd. Kind of an interesting idea to have. A stable, a greenhouse. Now, greenhouses are pretty handy to have. Gift shop. I don't know what that's for or why. A garden workplace. What does that do? Cleaning and sorting vegetables. Interesting. Do we have quarries? We have a small quarry, a tiny quarry. That could be handy as well. We have like a marble floor. A whole bunch of fancy stuff. I don't want to use these shacks. Last time we used these shacks, I mean, they were okay. Actually, they have a little bit more character to them now, which is much appreciated. They have a little bit more unique features, so we might be able to get away with having some of these. Copper shaft, that's nice. That's a classic mine. So this is our little church, or Seafarers Church there, and we can probably do a little bit of a graveyard off to the left or right here. So, you know, we can go ahead and just do that. Transparent, fenceless cemetery. It's like a 3x5, even though I think 5x5 is really the smallest. So we'll do a 5x7, just so it's an odd count. We can put a little bit of an entryway there. So we'll let them build that up, and then we'll lace a little bit of a fancier thing, and maybe some gardening over in this area could be cool. I don't know what we're gonna do with that iron ore, to be honest, that's left over here. That just might be a, what's a storage yard? I don't know. Here, we'll just put a transparent stockpile for them to just use on their own. Right, and the transparent ones are nice because they don't kind of leave that dirt, but they'll actually put things there. There we go. So that stockpile is gone now, and we are hopefully going to be able to use that. It's still a little early for us to worry about students. So we'll leave that there. And this house kind of looks like they're connected, right? Almost like it's a double kind of school building. A little bit larger in nature. And we can get another little triangle. We can fence this off maybe. Could be cool to do. And we'll just finish off that city block. And then we will go 2, 1, 2, and down. So we'll just kind of round this off completely. And in fact, I'm going to do a diagonal road over here. And I think that's the one thing Uthris does a little bit better than Banished, is the fact that, like Banished, yes, we lay out our own roads and things, but Uthris with its dynamic road system or terrain kind of marking where the people naturally travel is really interesting. It's dynamic, but Banished one, you have more control, but Uthris, you know, the paths can be any angle and shape, and you can rotate the buildings. So, you know, there's some give and take in that little bit of between the two. All right, what kind of house do we want? Just a few normal wooden homes, just to, you know, keep up the look a little bit, right? Like if I stick one here. Actually, no, I don't like that location. Row homes, no, that's not gonna look good. Country little house, little sheds that you can put on the house, like this little wagon cart could be cool to just kind of snap onto one of these, right? Like a little stockpile that connects to these. Now you never know if these are meant to be used with each other, though. That's a little bit of the problem. Maybe some rustic abodes. Just to keep the color changes up. There we go. That's looking rather nice, and then we can do a couple of the normal homes just back here, right? There we go. So everyone's getting a place to live. Our food supply seems to be going up still. Though I am a little concerned that eventually we're going to need another gatherer's hut. Let's go ahead and get another hunter here. Just to be on the safe side, our barn is filling up gold gilder. What is that? Where are you guys finding gold? That's my question. Alright, there we go. So we have a shrine now. That's up and running. And I think, yes, the graves are there. So we'll go ahead and start fencing this off. We'll do some field stone. I think field stone will look nice. So let's find the corner, which is right there. So fieldstone corner. Now we have a 3 gate here, so I think that's gonna go right there, and we'll just leave it open because that'll look pretty good. And I'm not using the ghost version of the fieldstone so that, you know, people don't walk through this, right? Because you don't necessarily want people to be walking through some of your walls. Nice. How much stone do we have? We don't have a whole lot of stone right now, so I'll have to be a little bit careful. Gotta find those corners right. It's pretty much right there. So, oh no, maybe not. It looks like it's right there then. And then we can just expend that way. And then get a single piece. Go ahead, get the gate back in there on this back side. We'll leave this one closed just for dynamic purposes. And then get this other corner going. And that is how you kind of make your own little custom, you know, little fence, right? Because the base fence is okay. But sometimes you just prefer to make your own. Am I right? I think so. Boy, we require a lot of builders, a lot of progress to be done. So we'll just go ahead and make it on ×10 speed and just watch the people work and move around, right? Because that by itself can be pretty nice looking and beautiful in its own way. And granted, our wood chopper over here is super busy. We might need to get another one of them here soon. Just so we can keep up with the winter. In fact, we're gonna go ahead and do that now. I think that now is a good time to do it. And we're just gonna place a little tiny chopper. It's like just you know, beside some homes or something. And then we will place a few transparent stockpiles for, you know, some firewood here and there, just so people can use it throughout the town. Now, I might just use transparent stockpiles going forward because they look nice. You know, like having this here, not that great looking, so we can actually probably just remove it, to be honest. I think that's fine. RV was born, and we're moving on to Winter 3, which is interesting. Only one builder is constructing all this stuff, so that's something to keep in mind as well. I think I need to tell them to harvest more stone, though. And we're slowly walking farther and farther for materials. But the town has grown nicely, and it's starting to get pretty dense. So we can either start working a little bit more on details now, or we can possibly, one, get some pathways right to these buildings so they're not spaced out too far there. There we go. Winter's over. So I think at year 5 we'll start turning on the school. So one, population growth is going to slow down because people are going to be going to school. Everything will actually slow down a little bit for the initial thing, because when you get the school activated, what will happen is people will take longer to become laborers. They'll be better workers, and in the long term, it'll pay off for you to do that. Where's the door for this home? Is it right there? Can't put a structure there, but that's fine. There we go. We're up to 19 citizens and 10 children. Now, I don't know if this mod pack has realistic aging. That's the question that I always have with these. I didn't make note of the age of the people when we first started here. It feels like population is going a little slower. It may not be 100% realistic aging, but it's definitely a little bit slower, I think. At least it feels that way. There we go. We have our little church and our little, you know, graveyard getting constructed over there. A little bit of a housing district forming in this section over here. Keeping this side a little bit more woodland, right? So the gatherer has more woods to work with than town. Same thing with our forester's lodge and our hunter's cabin. It's kind of, you know, you want to keep those on the outskirts of town. And eventually we could even probably put a gatherer over here as well if food becomes a little bit more tight. But until then, I think we do want a town hall. I think, how's the fantasy castle look? Man, maybe I should make models for timber and stone. Not timber and stone. Oh my god. No, I'm not playing that right now. I wonder how hard it is to make models for this game. Meeting house, small town hall. I mean, you could put this here, but it looks so janky. I wish there was just a better option. Like, you know, just like a larger house to put there. I mean, we could just put a larger house there and call it the town hall, but... Or like a boarding house, you know? Oh, that's hostile. That's a lodging house. This is the boarding house. You know, like you could build one of these and basically call it the town hall without it actually being the town hall. What's this? This is a village inn. And this one is an old boarding house. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's straight out of Resident Evil. Town lodging. Yeah, no, I don't like any of those. We can maybe put a farmhouse, right? That could look nice. In fact, this farmhouse will go ahead and just be kind of the mayor's home. Not so much town hall per se, but where the mayor lives. Where I live. You know, the important person of the series. It's my home. Look at all this dense trees that we have in here. Makes the village look very, very isolated, right? Very closed in. And maybe when we add some decor as well, that'll hopefully take some of these tree spots away, because let's be honest, that's just, you know, I'm fine with a few trees, but this is a little too much. So let's add some decoration here. See if we can start taking up some of the areas where these trees are gonna go. Oh my goodness, they're all timber, going along, cutting that out. Oh, wood table. Okay, we can have a little bit of a table back here by our school. That could be pretty nice. Some log decorations. I think a lot of people would probably enjoy having their own wood cutters, little log split there, right? Maybe we can put some log decorations. Oh, there's just one right there. That's perfectly fine. Maybe some benches. Oh, that's hardwood. Can't do that. We can do a wood bench though. like that. Maybe over here. Don't have much over here yet, so we'll just throw that there. Maybe some barrels. Kind of spotted around. Some sacks near the herbalist, right? Because they're kind of holding that kind of stuff. And there's some good fountain variation. This makes me think of Planet Coaster right there. We can even think about washing. Water tub, a long wash line. Oh, that could be handy for our little mayor's house, right? A short wash line. Oh, we'll do a short one. Just so it coincides with that building there. Laundry. Laundry hanging on the wash line. That could be nice. Maybe a little bit of a bucket at the end, you know? Maybe over here we can have a little bit of a wash tub for people to use. Where's that fountain? Or the well that I placed? Not the well, but... yeah, we'll put it by the well. That's good. So that's some nice decoration. Wow, we can start putting grass, some trees. These look nice. Some little plants. Whoa, there's a lot more jetties than there used to be. And this is a jetty, but I mean that firewood splinter, I mean you can use this anywhere. I like that. That looks good. A jetty fisherman. Now some of these kind of require, you know, definitely require that water aspect. Oh, wow, that looks nice. Look at that harp over there. Okay, I'm just freaking out over the mod assets at this point. They just look really good. Let's get that second wood chopper now. There we go. Limit has been reached. So I think this is it for this episode of Banished. You know, we have a nice little expansion going on, a little bit more utilitarian buildings, and we're basically at year 5, so we'll go ahead and hire a teacher for the future. So that's going to be working out in our favor, I think. Take a look at that. That is looking lovely as we move into winter year 4. So with that, I think we are done with this episode of Banished. If you guys enjoyed this stuff, feel free to subscribe. Definitely let me know in the comments down below, kind of town layout ideas, theming ideas that you want to see, and we'll see about adding that, and also maybe some additional mods that you might want to see. I don't know if they're gonna work all together, but maybe. I mean, we have 120. Maybe I shouldn't break the game by adding more mods. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.